What's up, guys? I'm Joe. Today I'm talking about the new live album from the Winery Dogs, Dog Years. So the Winery Dogs are a rock supergroup featuring Richie Kotzen on guitar and vocals, Billy Sheehan on bass, and Mike Portnoy, formerly of Dream Theater, and a million other bands on drums. This band released their first album in 2013. I remember I just happened to stumble upon them on YouTube right before the album came out. I think the day before the album came out. I heard the songs Elevate and Desire, and I've been totally hooked on this band ever since. You know, that debut album was my favorite album of 2013. They followed it up 2 years later with the album Hot Streak, again another really solid album. You know, this band really has everything going on as far as what makes great music for me. Billy Sheehan and Richie Kotzen are known for their more kind of virtuoso styles of shredding and crazy riffs, tapping, and all sorts of stuff going on here. And you know, of course, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, known for very intricate, very advanced drumming. But what they managed to do with this band is showcase both that, but then also their songwriting abilities. Richie Kotzen is a fantastic songwriter. He's got 20-something solo albums, I think, and anything that I've listened to from him is really great. And he's really got a fantastic voice, you know, somewhere along the lines of Chris Cornell sounding, but also very soulful at the same time. And they just write, you know, very hooky, catchy songs, but also are showing off their talents on their instruments. So I was very excited for this album, Dog Years. They have released like a live EP sort of thing. Prior to this, a couple years ago, with the first album, you know, I was excited to hear a live album, you know, after they had been around for a bit. I saw them a couple years ago, and, you know, even by that point, between releasing their first live album and by the time I saw them, they had really tightened their sound as like a live unit. They play around with different things, they jam on different things, so I was very excited for this album. It features a good mix of the songs from Hot Streak and the songs from the debut. Also, you know, solos from Mike Portnoy and Billy Sheehan. You know, what's great overall about the album, you know, everything's 100% live, obviously, like no overdubs or anything like that. You know, Richie has made it pretty clear that, you might not hear solos and licks and things like that exactly as they are on the albums, because a lot of what this band is doing is improvisation based. You know, so the basic songs are the same, stuff like that, but you know, all the solos are totally different. And just on the spot and done there, and that makes it really exciting to listen to. Also because of the fact that Richie Kotzen is a crazy improviser when it comes to guitar solos. You hear that a lot on here. A lot of the songs get drawn out at the end to leave room for jams and stuff like that, which is really cool. I always like stuff like that. You know, personally for me, if you listen to the album Hot Streak, and if you haven't, I definitely suggest it. I think the Hot Streak song sounds a lot better on this live record. You know, the song Hot Streak itself just hits much harder on this album than it does on the studio album for whatever reason. The solos at the end get jammed out, and it has much more of a solid groove to it, I think. It grooves a lot harder on here. It's a little more upbeat. Same with the song How Long. I like it a lot better on this live version. You know, a little more up-tempo, hits really hard. The guitar and bass, you know, lines that are dueling with each other are just crazy to listen to. And that chorus hits really hard. What's also great about this band is, you know, they replicate the studio vocals very well live. You know, Richie sounds right on target and even goes higher and changes things up from time to time, but, you know, Billy and Mike's background vocals always come in very strong, and How Long, that chorus is a very good example of that. The slightly older songs sound really great too. Time Machine is one of my favorites from that first album. You know, same with Elevate, I'm No Angel. If you had listened to that previous live album that came out, they did, I think they were in Japan, and it was right when they formed the band. They played a show and they recorded it, and it was cool to hear because, like, it was very new for them, so to hear, like, some of those first shows was cool. But I definitely like the guitar tone on this live album a lot more. It makes the songs hit a lot harder, I think. You know, I like the inclusion of songs like Regret and Think It Over, these kind of lighter songs that, you know, Richie plays on the keyboards. Definitely changes it up. Those are just really good ballads overall. Empire's another song, one of my favorites from Hot Streak, also included on here. And I think that's what I also like about it. The track list is really solid. They know which songs work the best live, and they definitely incorporate them throughout here. I got the 5-disc set, the deluxe edition. It popped up on Amazon finally. Features the Blu-ray, DVD, 2-disc CD. Also comes with an EP, the Dog Years EP. It features some covers, some originals that, you know, 5 songs that appeared either on international releases of the first and second record, or hadn't been released up to this point. First song, Criminal, was on the Japanese version of the first album, I think. They did play it live when I saw them, so I've been familiar with the song, but it's nice to have the studio version on CD. Another good one, Love Is a Lie, that's a cover. They did actually play that when I saw them as well. And then the EP rounds out with Moon Age Daydream, which is a David Bowie cover, and that's really cool to listen to as well. Richie does a great job with the vocals, and just everything sounds really tight. So overall, if you're a fan of live albums, listening to live music, which I definitely am, I would suggest picking this one up. If you haven't heard the Winery Dogs, you gotta check them out. One of my favorite rock bands in the last couple of years, easily. I've been totally hooked on their music ever since they came out. So yeah, really great live album. I think I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.